I just learned some shocking information last week. I learned that some of you guys are walking around doing your thing, your day-to-day thing, living your life, and you don't have a clue how to sew on a button. A button. As a bona fide grandma with certifiable sewing skills, I cannot in good conscience let you keep walking around and doing life without knowing how to sew on a button. So that is why we're here today. We're going to learn. I'm going to teach you how to sew on a button. Let's get started. For the purposes of this video, I am going to assume that you have never held a needle and thread before. So I'm going to break it down really simple and let you know first what you're going to need in order to sew on a button. The very first thing you're going to need is the actual button. So I have a shirt here that is missing a button, and this is the button that came off of it. The next thing you're going to need is some thread. You're also going to need some scissors. Any scissors will do as long as it'll cut through thread. The next thing that you're going to need is actually just a sewing needle. I bought this new pack here to show you that you can get an assortment of needles in a little sewing kit that comes with a needle threader. Some bigger kits come with actual thread and a little pair of sewing scissors in it. So it's really super easy for a project like this, especially if you've never sewn anything before. You might want to go pick one of those up so that you can have exactly what you need to become a master button sewer. All right, so let's get started. I want to show you first of all how to use this needle threader. So as you can see here, this pack of needles comes in a lot of sizes, and we really don't need like this giant size for sewing on a button, but we also don't need the finest size either. So I'm going to go with one of these over here. One of these smaller sizes are kind of medium. The opening for this is right here. So I'm going to slide it around to where I need to get one of these needles out. So I'm going to go with that one right there. So we turn it upside down and a needle, a couple of needles should just fall out. We just need one. Let me just put that guy back in there. And then you can close it up so your needles don't fall out. All right, so we have a nice little needle here. And there's the eye. Let me see if I can get the camera closer so you can see this well. Yep, there's the little eye of the needle right there. The next thing that we're going to do is get some thread. You want to match the thread that's on the shirt already or on the button already. This is kind of an off-white thread, but I'm going to go with just this plain white thread because the button is down low on the shirt and it really doesn't matter so much. So you always want more thread than you actually need. It's better to have lots of thread left over than not enough. So I usually pull off about 18 inches of thread. A good rule of thumb, if you don't have something to measure with and you don't know measurements in your head, is to take the thread in your finger and pull it till it touches the crook of your elbow. And that is a good length of thread to have. So you're going to cut off about that much, 18 or so inches. Get a good clean cut on your thread. And now we're going to use our handy little needle threader to thread the needle. So I'm going to get the camera a little closer so that you can see that really well. Now let's get this needle threaded. So you have this little needle threader here and it has this wire. It's very flimsy, very thin wire. What you're going to do is put this little metal wire through the eye of the needle. So you're going to have it like that. And you can just let your needle hang down like that. The next thing you're going to do is take the end of your thread that you have cut, and you are going to put the end through that, also through that metal wire piece so that it looks like that. And you're just going to have a few inches of thread on the other side. And as soon as you get that done, you are going to pull your needle off of that wire and onto the thread and pull it through until that extra piece comes out like that. That was the end that we put through. And now you have thread on your needle. Just like that. Easy peasy. You could do it the old-fashioned way and just make a clean cut on the end of your thread and then just poke it right through the eye of the needle. But I just wanted to show you how to use these handy little needle threaders. The next thing that we're going to need to do is tie a knot at the end of this thread. So the end that doesn't have the needle on it, you're going to need to tie a knot. Now you could do it the old-fashioned way where you just like wound it around and tie a knot. But I'm going to show you a little trick that I learned that has made life a lot simpler for tying a nice clean knot at the end of a piece of thread. So you're going to hold your needle with about a quarter of the length hanging off like that. And you're going to go all the way to the end of your piece of thread down here, and you're going to grab it and you're going to hold on to it and bring it up to where the eye of the needle is. And you're going to put the eye of the needle against it and hang on to all of that thread. Now that end that you brought up is this top piece of thread right here. That's the one that you're holding on to under your thumb. You're going to take that piece right along here and you're going to wrap it about 3 or 4 times around your needle like that. So you got a lot of those loops on there, and you're going to grab those loops with your thumb and your finger, and then holding on to your thread, holding onto your thread, a lot of pressure here, don't release the pressure here. Grab your needle and pull away. Keep that pressure, keep pulling. And there you have a knot. I'm going to do it again really quick just to show you guys. Okay, so I've got the end of my piece of thread. I've got the end of my piece of thread. I'm going to hold it at the eye of the needle. Then I'm going to grab it here, wrap it around. I like to wrap it 6 or 7 times. Then I got all that thread on the end of the needle. I'm going to grab it with both fingers and pull the needle away, keeping pressure on my fingers right here. And I've got a nice knot. All right, now we have our needle threaded and a knot at the end, and we are ready to sew a button. So I have a shirt here that is missing a button right here between these two. It should go right there. Typically, when you're missing a button, you can see where the marks are, where the stitching has been before. But if you don't see that, if that's not clearly evident, you can mark it like I have done. And the way to do that that's pretty accurate is you're going to want to button the buttons around it. And get it all nice and straight. And then I take a washable marker and I just put a little spot through the buttonhole where I want that button to be sewn on. That way it's going to definitely be right directly under where this buttonhole is. So we've got our little dot right there where we know where to sew. This button is a 4-hole buttonhole. Sometimes buttons come like this, just 2 holes. The concept is exactly the same that I'm going to show you. This is just a little simpler because it's up, in and around and around and around and around, and then you're done. With these, you can sew, what we're going to do today is sew across and across like an X, because that's the way these other buttons have been sewn on, is in an X. Some people go parallel, so you can go around and then around, and so that they're like an equal sign or railroad tracks. So today I'm going to show you how to do the X, which is pretty much the most common. So we want our button to be right there where that dot is, but before I put it on there, what I'm going to do is take my needle and thread, and I've got about, I've got a few inches, maybe 4 or 5 inches hanging down on the other side of my thread. So I've got a long end and a short end. I'm going to take it, my needle, and I'm going to put it through right where I want my first buttonhole to be. So you can see that right there. So I'm going to lay my button on top of that and hold on to it with this finger and the fingers underneath and pull the thread up and through. And that knot is going to catch underneath. And then I'm going to go right there to the button that's opposite it crossways. There you go. So now my thread is underneath. I am going to come up here with the needle, up underneath with the needle again, and I'm going to pull up and through, right through there, and pull it up again, and all that thread will tighten up, see? Now I've really started something. I've got it through here, and then I've come up through this hole, and I'm going to go back down through that hole. And basically, I am just going to sew that X over and over and over again. I'm just going to repeat exactly what I just did about 4 or 5 times. A little trick is that you can look now underneath and see where you last went with your needle so that you know exactly where to put your needle back through again. It gets easier once you get those first holes started. And you don't want to necessarily give it like a ton of pressure or strength. You're just pulling it slightly till it's just a little tight. So that's about 3 times now that I've done it. So I'm going to go several more times and then show you how to tie it off. Okay, this last time we're going to tie it off because I got enough thread in there to make sure that the button's not going to go anywhere. To tie it off, you're going to come up through the first hole that you made, just like you normally would. There we go. I'm going to come up through, and then I'm going to go back through the hole that's across from it. But instead of going through the fabric, I am going to come out just under the button. So I'm not going to poke through the fabric. I'm going to go through that hole, but I'm going to go between the button and the fabric so that my thread is still on the top. Then I'm going to take this tail and I'm going to wrap it around this button 5 or 6 times. Then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go through all of that It's going to kind of be a little bit difficult to push through, but push through all of that thread in the middle like that. And you're going to pull it. Oops, I got my fabric caught right there. All right, and then I'm going to pull it through and tug it really good. And then just for good measure, I also like to do it one more time. So a couple of times around, and then the other direction, pull through, shove that needle all the way through all of that. And pull. There you go. Then you can take your little snippers and get in there kind of close and snip it. And you have a nicely sewn on button that's not going to go anywhere for a long time. You can make sure it's in the right spot. There we go. Now you know exactly how to sew on a button. If you have a button that looks like this, you're going to do the same exact concept, except you're not making a crisscross. You're just going over and over and over and over again until you're done. There are also buttons that look like this. The concept is exactly the same. You're going to go up under your fabric and pull through that hole and then back through your fabric. You're just going to loop, 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 loop until you get enough thread on there to hold that button on. Then you're going to wound it around, push it through the thread or the fabric below, and then tie it off. These buttons are a little less likely to fall off, so you probably won't encounter those very often, but these and these like shirt buttons are super common. So now you know how to sew on your own button. Okay, you learned something new today. I really hope that this was helpful to learn how to sew on a button. You learned how to thread a needle and use a needle threader and tie an embroiderer's knot. So I feel better about passing along some grandma skills from me to you. I would love it if you would like and subscribe to this channel. I would appreciate it so much. And stay tuned for lots more sewing tips. Bye, sewing friends.